The FBI just released this report right here, including seniors and $4.8 billion, as well as $16.6 billion collectively across the entire country. These are some massive numbers that we should not be seeing, but unfortunately, this is the reality and exactly what the FBI is reporting to all of us. I certainly want to bring this to your attention here in this video because the main concern that I have here is the $4.8 billion focused on seniors. That is a major problem. I want to do what I possibly can for you here in this community to help you out understand what is going on here, what to watch out for, and how we cannot be part of this $4.8 billion annual statistic. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to pop this article up on the screen right now so we can follow along, and I'll share with you exactly what the FBI is saying. All right, so the FBI just released this report talking about how much money Americans lost to scams last year in 2024. This is shocking. Across the entire country, $16.6 billion lost to scams for all of us last year. That's a ton of money. This is a 33% increase in total money lost last year over the previous year. That's a lot of money, an increase of 33%. Imagine, the scammers literally got a 33% increase on their income in 1 year. That's nuts, right? That is very bad. That is not something we want to be experiencing here in this country. But again, as I mentioned, the major concern that I have here is the $4.8 billion that was lost by seniors. This is the biggest group out there that lost the majority of the money. That is nuts, right? Anyway, let me share with you a couple different reasons or different ways in which that they do this. Now, obviously, you probably know about a bunch of these, but I just want to point this out for you really quickly. We certainly do not want 2025, which probably already on track, honestly. We definitely do not want 2025 to be a new record year of people losing money to scams, especially seniors. This is nuts, right? Which, by the way, as you looked here in this report here, maybe you see it there, but they're talking about the average scam or the average loss on some of these were like $20,000. Could you imagine that? That's nuts, right? That's a lot of money for a lot of people, right? Anyway, okay, so some of the ways in which that they do this, obviously, there's the emails out there. I think we all get scam emails every single day. I'm not sure about you, but I certainly do, right? Just go ahead and delete those. But some of them, to be honest with you, look pretty authentic, right? Some of them look pretty good, but please be very careful. Never give your personal details to anybody by email. I mean, obviously, you got to know the situation and what you're working with, but I think it's a pretty obvious one. Now, there's another one as well, which is text messages and phone calls, right? So obviously this is another one that seems like, it seems pretty obvious. But here's the situation. Sometimes they send out these text messages that look like they're coming from Social Security or the IRS or the Treasury or something like this, and make it sound like, number one, just do this one thing, send us all your personal information, and we'll send you out some kind of money. No, false, that's not happening, right? By the way, they will not reach out to you by text message like that. Not happening, okay? But anyway, that's one way that they do it. Or another option is they send a text message or a phone call and they threaten as well, right? You're in big trouble if you don't do this one thing. Again, no, they're not going to do that, right? They send letters. They don't call and threaten people. So that's a major red flag. However, I don't want to sit here and discount that. I totally recognize it can be very scary to get a phone call or some type of communication that sounds like that, right? It can be like, whoa, you caught me off guard. I'm super scared. I don't know what this means. I don't know who this is, but it sounds super scary and I don't want to get in trouble, right? Yeah, that's exactly how they prey on these individuals, which is, again, super sad and totally messed up situation. But this is unfortunately the reality and the world that we live in now. So, wow, this is nuts, right? So anyway, those are some of them. Now, again, I know that the vast majority of you here in this community know this, okay? I feel like I can't have this video without saying this. Social Security will not call, they will not email, and they will not text you, okay? Now, obviously, if you're signed up on the Social Security website to get news releases, yep, we do get press releases out of Social Security. In fact, I talk about them all the time, right? Those come by email. But that's just a general email blast that goes out to everybody on their mailing list, which I would imagine would be probably millions and millions of people. But they're not going to send you a personalized email requesting personal data in an email from Social Security. They just don't do that, right? So my point is, please just be very, very careful. If you see an email like that, do not send any information. Next, they're not going to call you and they're not going to text you either. They're not going to text you and ask for personal information and, ask for all kinds of details. Not going to happen, right? So anyway, I know this is super obvious. I know that we already know all this, but if I can help avoid anybody here in this community losing any money to this, it's totally worth the time to talk about this for a couple minutes, right? Same situation with the IRS. They're not going to call you. They're not going to text you. They're not going to send you emails and request personal data. They'll send you letters. We already know this, right? They send out letters to people. That's common. They do that. That's fine. But again, here's another thing that I would say as well. If you do receive a letter that looks like it's from Social Security or the IRS, authenticate that. Seriously, if you get some kind of letter, we've seen this before over the years where letters are arriving, it looks very, very suspicious, and it may not even be from one of these authentic agencies, again, Social Security or the IRS, something like that. So again, first thing you could do is if you do receive a letter, you could call them and be like, hey, I got this letter, which by the way, I wouldn't call the phone number on the paper that they send because that's likely tied to somebody as well that is sitting there waiting for these calls and saying, yeah, for sure, this is the Social Security Administration, when really it's just some dude sitting in his mom's basement, right? And trying to steal money from people. Bad situation, okay? So anyway, you can always look up the phone number. And again, you know the phone number for Social Security. I say it all the time, 1-800-772-1213. That is the number that we all associate to Social Security. They've had it for many, many years. So that's one thing that you can do, okay? And again, I know this all sounds like super obvious, super, super basic, but apparently it must not be all that obvious, because why are we collectively in this country losing $16.6 billion a year to these scams? That's absolutely nuts, right? That is so much money. And again, a 33% increase. I think that's the part that really gets me. A 33% increase. And again, like I said earlier, the scammers literally got a 33% increase on their income from last year, or what I should say is from 2023 to 2024, a 33% increase. That's nuts, right? So anyway, another big one that I want to point out really quickly as well, and again, I've warned my parents about this as well. Hopefully they remember this. Oh my gosh. But anyway, have you heard of this one? It's called the Grandparent scam, where they'll call, and this actually happened to my one of my grandmas many years ago. But anyway, the phone call comes in. It's kind of like a scratchy, kind of fuzzy phone call, and it's the voice of somebody who claims to be a grandchild. Hey, it's me. I'm struggling. I need $5,000. Send it over right away. Whatever, right? And the voice is supposed to replicate that of like a grandchild, and then it's also kind of scratchy to kind of disguise a little bit that the voice doesn't match perfectly, right? And they say they can find all the information on a grandchild's name online. It's not that hard for them to figure out, right? So anyway, they call and be like, hey, it's John, and I'm in a really bad situation. I need some money right now. And the grandparents worried. They don't want to see their grandchild struggling, right? So they send over some money. Yeah, that's the situation, right? And again, one of my grandmas many years ago actually had this. She didn't fall for it. She knew. But my point is, she got one of these calls. And again, I think this is pretty common. A lot of people get these. But again, please be very, very aware of this. And I've told my parents as well, hey, I'm not going to call you and asking for money, okay? I'm just telling you right now, I'm not going to do that. So if you get a call like this, it's definitely not me, right? So anyway, just please be very aware of this. And again, I know this is sound like super basic, come on, dude, you're preaching to the choir here. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help you protect yourself right now. This is absolutely nuts. I don't know how else to put it, but this is huge, huge numbers here. Way too much money that is being lost by all of us collectively. And that's just a lot. So anyway, by the way, $16.6 billion. If we calculate that out on a monthly basis, that's about, what is that? I'm trying to run the math really quickly as I'm talking here. 1.15-ish billion a month is being lost, roughly, give or take a little bit there. Again, I'm just trying to roughly calculate some numbers here as I talk. It's about 1.1, just call it 1.1 billion dollars a month that's being lost. That's nuts. That's so much money, right? Anyway, you get the point here, and you saw the article there from the FBI. Please, just be very careful here. Now, here's one thing that I can say, okay? I know, probably really bad timing to say this, but hey, check out this phone number right here. You see that? If you want any help with Medicare, and again, I know this is like super bad timing, like, hey, this sounds really odd. I can promise you, I can really assure you, and I can confidently and authentically say, these guys with this phone number right here, authentic, 100% authentic when it comes down to Medicare. Okay, if you need any help with Medicare, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you're moving across state lines or county lines, if you need help with initial enrollment into Medicare supplement plans, Medigap plans, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, whatever it happens to be, please give them a call. Again, phone number's right here. Again, I know timing on saying this probably isn't the best in this here video, but you get my point here. I can assure you, it is a very much trusted team of trusted advisors. They're working on the behalf of seniors every single day to help navigate Medicare, and again, to find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages, so you can see the doctors you want, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the prescription needs if you have any at all, whatever it happens to be. They are looking through all of that and finding the best options, which, by the way, I know right now, well over 1,000 of you. In fact, we're rapidly approaching 2,000 people here in this community that have already called them. Hundreds of people getting better plans, getting better coverages, saving a boatload of money. I've seen the comments, I've seen the testimonials, I've seen it all. It's really, really nice. I mean, it is absolutely incredible to see how much money people are saving with a simple 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute phone call. And, what it really means and how they're really saving all this money here. So, anyway, I hope this helps you in some degree. And again, if you've not done so yet, please call them. Totally free to do so. Big, right there, phone number waiting for you. They're waiting on standby to talk to you right now. If you've not done so, again, make sure to call them. Save yourself a massive headache. Save yourself a ton of frustration, ton of confusion, and let somebody else do the work for you. I mean, seriously. You can certainly hack it out yourself. If you want to, by all means, go for it, hack it out yourself. But if you want somebody, a trusted advisor, to do all that work for you, somebody else doing all the grunt work for you, call them. They will help you, and they will, save you a ton of time. Anyway, you get the point here. Write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do, and I think you'll be super happy. Otherwise, let me ask you a huge favor. Who do you know that needs that information? Again, the same applies. Turning 65, retiring, moving across state lines or county lines, anything like that. Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, co-workers if you're working, anything like that. If you know those people, please share that phone number with them. Again, the trusted team of advisors. I know timing here in this video probably isn't the best, honestly, but I can assure you, very much a trusted team. I would not be sitting here talking about them if I did not completely trust them. And again, I've had my parents go to them. I've had my wife's Corey, her parents are actively working with them as they're both turning 65 this year. My parents turned 65 last year. So anyway, check it out. Again, share that phone number. Thank you so much. Truly, truly appreciate it. Otherwise, let's just help out some people right now. Otherwise, if you are new here, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. 100% free to do so. Big subscribe button down below. Otherwise, check out the other well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos that I've hand-selected down below in the description or popping up on your screen here in just a second. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope I can see you again soon in the next video.